And we're back with the unknown prophet. Unknown prophet. Why do people continue to live in reality if reality is an illusion?
All right. Why do people continue to live in reality if we know that this reality is an illusion? Well, the reason why most people continue to live in this reality is because they don't know any other reality. When you're conformed to a three-dimensional way of just looking at life, you're only going to see life in one perspective, which is three-dimensional. So in order for them to come out of this way of looking at life, they have to learn how to really, I hate to put it just so bluntly, they have to learn to start going within. Because when you go within, you can create a whole different reality from within, outside of this reality that we're living in. It's a whole nother way of life that you can live while you're on this physical earth. You can live a whole different reality with a whole different set of rules as far as like universal laws and things of that nature. There's a whole nother way of life that exists while you are in this reality. But in order for you to find that reality, you must learn how to go within yourself. This is why stress going within yourself so much. So this is the reason why most people continue to live in this illusion called reality, because they don't know no other way to see life until they learn how to really start going within. And basically, I'm going to just give it to you 100. People just really need to learn about the spiritual side of themselves. They know so much about the physical world. They know everything about the physical world, but they have very little knowledge about the spiritual world. That's basically where we are in this world today. You have to start educating yourself spiritually. Just like you've educated yourself physically by going to school, getting a job, doing all those things. Okay, there's a whole nother way of life to learn spiritually. But guess what? You got to go in there. And if you don't know how to go in here, then please go learn. That's all you got to do. Get off the surface. This is why you don't know about the inside, because you're too busy on the surface. You know that let's just say that we're in Judgment Day right now as we speak, with all this drama going on with the Kyrie Irving situation, wars. Look at all the stuff that's going on the surface. All of this stuff is distracting you guys from going within. Because you're here. That's why you don't understand spirituality. That's why when people like myself talk on this level about spirituality, y'all can kind of understand that, okay, what he's saying, if I pay attention, a lot of it does kind of make sense. Yes, it makes sense because it's coming from the heart. Which brings me to another, shall I say, conversation. Now, this whole thing with this Kyrie Irving thing that's going on right now, I want people to just stop and think from their hearts. Don't think about the surface. Think from your heart. As a matter of fact, let's just think like, what would Jesus do? Prime example, what would Jesus do? You think Jesus would have did all the things that they're doing to Kyrie right now just because he posted something on his page of a documentary? That's all he did. Losing all this money, getting attacked like this, being called an idiot, all because he posted a documentary. Once again, think from your hearts. I bet you in your heart you know it's wrong. You know in your heart you know it's wrong. But you won't go with your heart because you're too busy on the surface. And that's the majority of the people on this planet. But once again, that's the whole purpose of this shift and all this stuff going on. You got to choose a side now. Just because Kyrie mentioned stuff, I'm going to bring up Kanye now. When he was talking about all the things about these people being murdered all because of the Illuminati and stuff like that. Why is it so hard for y'all to believe that that can exist? I'm just curious. Why is that so hard for you to believe? Have you did any research to find out about these type of secret societies? They do exist. They really do exist. But you are not trying to learn all of that. You don't want to go down the rabbit's hole. And if you don't go down the rabbit's hole, you're not going to know anything. A lot of you are afraid to go down the rabbit hole. Just be honest, you're afraid. You don't even know yourselves, most of you. So that's how I know you're afraid to go down the rabbit's hole. What are you afraid of, period, on this planet? If you believe in God and your spirit is strong, what are you afraid of, period? Why should people have to be afraid to say the word, the Jew? Why black people got to be afraid of this? This is getting on my last nerve. Y'all know this is wrong, but y'all don't have the heart to stand up for what's right. So that's why the Christ consciousness is here. You're in Judgment Day right now. That's what this is all about. We want to see who's going to stand for righteousness. We know who will and we know who won't. People are playing themselves left and right on the surface. Half of the people on the surface is playing a game. We understand it, okay? We're tired of it. We don't care. Most people don't want to learn and grow spiritually. That ain't stopping us, and that ain't stopping us from our mission, from destroying the evil that's on this plane here. It's happening. That's why all this stuff is happening. We're in those days. It's just that time. So, I hate to get off topic because my mind's been all over the place talking about all this stuff. It's almost like it gets on my nerves that people stay on the surface. Because that's where all the noise, all the noise is on the surface. Ain't no noise inside. And that's why when people ask me, Tracy, how come you always in a good mood? You're always in a good mood. Every time I see you in a good mood, because I live from within. I don't live on the surface. I see the surface. But everything where I live and what I stand for comes from within. It doesn't come from the surface. The surface is an illusion. The surface is the world that it still hasn't found a way to win against evil. The surface is a world that still got people fighting amongst each other in a racial way with black, white, pitting everybody against each other. The surface is another level that got everybody in this panic of fear of, oh, the world's going to end and all that. All that stuff don't come from within. If you knew who you are within and you was connected from within, all that don't come from in here. I'm just telling you, it don't. So what are you guys so afraid of? You're afraid because you don't know how to go within yourself, and you're afraid because you're afraid of what you might really see with your own self. You're afraid to look your own selves in the mirror. You can't even be truthful with yourselves. So, I'm going to wrap this video up like this. This is the time now, people. Whether you're paying attention or not, Christ is here. It's a consciousness. And if you don't learn how to raise your consciousness, you will not see Christ. You will not meet Christ. It's a consciousness. And if you don't understand consciousness, then you need to learn to start understanding it. Because that's where we are evolving as a race, for those of us that are truly spiritually serious about moving ahead and stop staying on the surface and get caught up in all y'all drama. That's all it is on the surface, just drama, drama, drama. Aren't you guys tired of it? Seriously, aren't you tired of it? I know a lot of you are tired of it. So why don't you do something and join those of us that are true in spirit and carry this torch forward? Because this is the new world. This is the new earth. If you don't raise your consciousness, you're not going to make it. And I don't care what you say and how you say it. You can even go within and talk to your God yourself and ask him what I'm saying, if it's true or not. That's how confident I am. It's a new world, people. It's time for y'all to wake up or get left behind. So it's you either move with the shift or you stay on the surface and you stay lost. I hate to be that blunt, but that's where we are nowadays. It's just where we are. So hopefully you guys will start listening to what's really going on in this world and stay off the surface and start going within. That's how you win.